Dan Pohl with Hopkins Golf. And we're here in a bunker that we kind of had to make a makeshift bunker because we want to show you the difference between playing off of a hard surface of sand versus a soft. So, that's a little firm. So now I'm here with Hopkins Golf tour professional and a great friend of mine, Wayne Levi, and he's going to kind of give us some ideas on the difference between playing off of a hard surface of sand and a soft. Wayne, thanks for joining us, number one.
Danny, pleasure.
And also, let's talk a little bit about a hard surface. You run into different surfaces of sand or conditions of sand all through the tour, and maybe you can explain to our viewers what the difference, or if you play a different shot, hard sand versus soft.
A lot of times you'll get this hard sand type deal when you've had some rain. It might, and the sand kind of gets packed, or if the sand, or you might be playing on a golf course that's, not all that great, and the sand is, kind of a crummy sand, and they don't have very much on it, so they didn't put a lot of sand in there, and you're going to run into this type of, hard packed type deal. And what I try to do is, again, I kind of weaken my grip, but not as much as before, because now you don't want the club to bounce a lot, because it's obviously because it's hard. So you want to have the club a lot less open, and so you catch the ball with a lot less loft on the face, like you did when you were hitting an uphill bunker shot or a downhill one.
And I think a lot of people don't change the face progression or how it sets up according to the firmness of the sand. They've just got one idea of where they put the loft at, and they just swing under that. But in a hard pack lie, you don't want the club to go down where the leading edge is into the ground, and that's really where like a heel grind will help, or even a heel toe to a degree, because it helps that heel get out of the way and leads that flange into the hitting area much simpler.
Yeah, right. And again, you don't want to use a lot of bounce on this particular shot, because obviously the sand is harder, and the club's going to bounce into the ball, and you're going to hit a low sculler type shot.
So really what he's going to do, the technique is pretty much the same. Change the loft a little bit so he's not getting that leading edge to go in there quite as much. But is there a speed change, or is there an acceleration that's different, Wayne?
Yes, I think Dan makes a good point there. Because the lie is hard and there's not much sand there, you've got to swing a lot easier, because the ball's going to come out a lot quicker. Whereas when you've got a lot of this fluffy sand here, the ball's going to come out softer. So again, and I can't say enough about what a good sand wedge does. Again, like we've been talking, all I do, I've got a 58 degree here, and all I do is I change the angle of the face, either more open, less open, or almost square. I mean, so a good versatile wedge like these Hopkins wedges make all the difference in the world.
Show us what you know. Like I said, with Wayne, he's just one of those players that gets it, and it's not an effort. Watch how easily the club transitions through the hitting area, whether it's going to be in hard sand or soft. And this is a tough shot, a little bit longer shot over a little bit of a cape up there, and he's going to make this look simple. Look at how softly that ball comes off. Look at the effort. Wayne, that's something that you see a lot of people that try to swing harder on a shot like this. Your point of swinging a little bit softer, let the club do the work. It's a great point.
You've got to know that the ball's going to come out a little quicker off of a very tight lie. You're going to get a lot more. You're not going to get as much sand in between the club and the ball. You're going to get a lot more club head on the ball, and the ball's going to come out quicker, and it's probably come out lower. So you're going to, if that pin was farther away, you would allow a lot more run in the shot.
Okay, so we moved to the soft sand. Wayne, any difference in how you play this?
Definitely. Now I'm going to open the face up more, because you want to use the bounce of the club. You don't want the club to dig into the sand, and you're going to swing again, and got to swing harder, because you're going to get a lot. You're supposed to hit this thing maybe an inch or so behind the ball, and when you do, you're going to get a lot more sand in between the ball and the club, and the ball's going to come out softer. So you've got to take a much harder swing on this shot.
All right.
I've seen way too many players, when they get in the sand trap, they take the softest, easiest swing because they think the ball's going to jump out of the sand trap. And I always tell them, swing at it. You got to, because you've got the face of the club. I tell them, open the face up, but you got to swing hard at it because you know, you're going to get a lot of sand in there, and the balls, bingo, they just bloop it 2 or 3
All right,
yards.
show us what you do, buddy. Oh, beautiful. Great tips, folks, on hard sand, soft sand from a guy who knows how to play, Mr. Wayne Levy, one of our Hopkins Golf staff members. Wayne, thanks for, appreciate it.
Pleasure, Danny,
Okay.
anytime.